Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sam or xJawz, and for those of you guys who don't know me, I'm an 18-year-old college dropout who started making YouTube videos when he was 15 years old, and since then has just been on this roller coaster, riding it wherever it takes me, and it's been really good to me. I'm forever thankful to my fans, you guys, and haters too, for watching my videos, for supporting me, or I don't know, motivating me through the hate, for giving me everything I have, because without you guys I'd be nothing, and I would still be a loser going to college, probably just not living a good life, and you guys changed it around for me. Anyway, irrelevant, I'm not going to go into that tangent. Today I want to talk to you guys about a very serious topic, so I just thought I would introduce myself and tell you guys a bit about myself, for those of you guys who don't know about me. But anyway, today I want to talk to you guys about my drug addiction, the drug addiction that I recently overcame. For the latter half of 2012, I was addicted to the prescription drug Adderall, aka Ritalin, aka Vyvanse, aka Focalin, aka Speed. It's an amphetamine pill that is given to kids to treat ADHD. And as smart as I was, as much as I thought I would never ever get addicted to a drug, I fell victim to it, and went against all the advice that I had been given, not all the advice, but a lot of the advice I had been given growing up. A lot of stuff I had learned, went against it, because drugs are fun, and people can tell you whatever they want about them. If you want to experiment, you're going to experiment, but that's besides the point for now. I want to tell you guys my story, and hopefully help people watching this video out by convincing you that it might seem fun, it might seem like everyone else doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about, but in reality, most cliches are cliches for a reason. Drugs are bad, okay, and you should not do Adderall unless you're prescribed to it, or prescribed it by a physician. So let's get into this video. So, my story. My Adderall use started in the later half of 2011 when I went to my first semester of college, my only semester of college. I ended up dropping out about 2 months in. Another crazy story that I've never told on YouTube, and I'll save that for another video. But anyway, I was 16 years old, I had just graduated high school, had an amazing summer full of partying, and then went to college. To sort of do the same thing, because I really wasn't into college. And when you get to college, you're going to get exposed to a whole bunch of crazy new people who have lived all sorts of different lives that are way different from your own. And you're also going to get exposed to a whole bunch of drugs, because that's just college life. People are drinking, people are smoking, people are doing pills. And that was something I had never been exposed to really before. I had heard of kids doing, coke, which I had never done, and I had heard of kids doing painkillers, which I had never done, and all these crazy drugs that I had never done, and Adderall is just another one of them. And when you don't know anything about them, and then you find out that they're prescribed to people, and it's like something that doctors tell kids is okay, a lot of people, just like I did, were like, thought about it like, oh, it can't be that bad, it's alright. So I had this really naive view of the drug. Anyway, I tried it for the first time about a month and a half into my time at college, after hearing for the past month and a half about all these other kids who were using it to study, and I'd heard stories about how, when finals come around, by upperclassmen, when finals come around, everyone, starts buying it, everyone wants it, because to study, you use it, to get, or to study for your finals, whatever. Anyway, when you go to college, you'll realize that, or if you've already gone to college, you know that already. It's a huge thing. And because of all those reasons, I thought it was okay, and I tried it. My first time trying it, I took 10 milligrams, which I thought was 20 milligrams. Funny story, a friend of mine gave me a 20 milligram capsule that he had emptied half the beads out of, so I only had 10 milligrams in it, which is a very, very low dosage. If you're familiar with Adderall dosages, if you're, in pharmaceutical school, or like going to be a doctor, or if you are prescribed it, or if you just used it, whatever. Anyway, I took 10 milligrams, extended release, and I got the highest high from that drug that time that I ever got it any time after that. It kept me up for 8 hours. I spent that time writing a paper, and I thought it was a miracle drug. It made me think of the movie Limitless, and all of a sudden I could accomplish all these goals, and I could do all this stuff, and I could get all this work done, and I could, you know, at the time it was making me think, you know, oh, I could go to school and be a YouTuber, which it's so hard to do. And I was like, oh, you know, I could do both these things, and, you know, have all this fun, and also, you know, get an education, and because that's what YouTube was to me. It was fun, and schools and education, and then, you know, it was just a recipe for disaster. And I started using it more and more and more, until eventually my tolerance got so high. The way it works is like, with almost any drug, you build up a tolerance. Like alcohol, you almost build up no tolerance to. Marijuana, you can build up a tolerance to. Adderall, you build up a tolerance to very, very quickly. And it's very bad, because it's speed. It's like doing Coke. It's like doing fucking Ritalin, Focalin, Vyvanse, all these other, you know, supplements for Adderall, whatever, that are prescribed to people. It's speed. Just keeps you up. And that is terrible for you, your body, your heart, all that good stuff. And anyway, I used it over the course of like 6 or 8 months until I slowly developed what I'll call a quote-unquote dependency to it. To not the point where I absolutely needed it to function, but where I felt like I needed it to function. And I guess that's what addiction was. So, or what addiction is. I don't really know if it is, but I don't even know if I was officially or definably addicted to it. But if I woke up and didn't take it, I was, you know, lazy all day and didn't want to do anything. But if I took it, I felt like I could accomplish all my goals, because drugs can make you think crazy things that are really stupid. So anyway, oh, and in reality, when you're doing that much speed, you think you're doing a lot more stuff, and you think each time when you take it that you're going to be able to do a lot more stuff than you actually end up doing. Like, I would take it and be like, oh, I'm going to get all this fucking paperwork done, I'm going to do all this studying, and I'm going to make 18 videos and be the best YouTuber ever. But that's just what speed does to your head. It makes you think you're, you know, way better than you are at getting shit done. And in reality, it's just a drug that makes you paranoid and all sorts of different shit. Drives you crazy. Anyway, it got to a really, really bad point towards the end of 2011, or 2012, when I ended up taking 28 pills over the course of 24 hours. 28 20 milligram instant release pills over the course of 24 hours. And every time I tell that to people, I shudder. I regret it. I do. And I know regretting things is like, you know, hating yourself, and like, you know, you can't regret yourself, you can't regret anything because it's just a culmination of who you are today, but I regret that. I don't think it helped me. I don't think it made me a better person. I don't think it made me really get more work done or become any smarter. I don't know. It was a really good learning experience. And what I will say is that the only way I could really twist this into a positive is by sharing my story and hopefully preventing other people from falling down the same rabbit hole that I did. So that's my story with Adderall. It got to a point where I was just like, this is too bad for me. I just need to stop. And I literally just stopped. I didn't go to rehab. I didn't relapse or withdrawal. The withdrawal you get from not doing Adderall is like after I had my Adderall addiction, and it's as close as you can get to an addiction, because I did more Adderall than I've ever read about anyone else doing ever in that amount of time, or heard of anyone else doing ever. I don't know. I've never met anyone or heard of anyone doing even close to those amounts of amphetamines. Other than Hugh Hefner, who was being injected with dexedrine for 48 hours straight, or 36 hours straight, every day or every 2 days, whatever, for 2 years of his life when he was like in his 50s. Other than that, I've never heard of anyone doing that amount. And, you know, but sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. What the withdrawal was sleeping all day and eating all day. But the withdrawal isn't the bad part. The bad part is waking up every morning and feeling a tightness in my chest that I'd be lying if I said I kind of feel like it might never go away. I'm scared it might never go away. I'd be lying if I said that I've found help and I've, seek medical help and I've gotten better. I may have done irreversible damage to my body. And as of lately, and call it paranoia if you want, I've been scared that I could have a heart attack any day because I did such an extreme amount of damage to my body. I was staying up for 60 to 70 hours straight, sleeping for 12 to 18 hours at a time after that, waking up and doing it all again. And no one should ever do that. So, yeah. During that time, while I was addicted to it, I didn't get any more work done or get anything extra accomplished that I would have otherwise not done or done, whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to say. I didn't really reap any positive benefits out of it, and I did a shit ton of damage to my body that I have to live with. But you don't. That's the good news. My bad story can be your good story. I don't know, my bad story can help make a lot of people's stories good. So don't do Adderall. Don't do speed. Don't do coke. Don't do Ritalin, Vyvanse, Focalin. Because I've done them all. And I wish I hadn't. Experimentation is fun. But learning lessons and knowing that you're on the positive side of things and not on the negative side of things is a little bit funner. I don't know what else to say. I had a bunch of stuff written down here. That scared me. Hello? Oh shit, I did. Alright, I left my computer down in the lobby. I'll be right down. Bye. So I left this son of a bitch downstairs in the lobby. I feel like a dumb motherfucker. Alright, so let's continue with this video. Where was I? Oh yeah, my bad story could be your good story. That whole cliche nonsense. Yeah. I made this video knowing that it could hurt my relationship with sponsors, companies, friends. Could make a lot of people judge me. And I totally didn't need to make it. Totally could have just made a video saying, hey, what's up guys, check out this funny troll where I'm doing this funny thing. But I want to use my YouTube channel for good. I want to use my YouTube channel to make a positive impact on people's lives if I can. And in this case, it's teaching you guys a thing or two about drugs, specifically Adderall. So that's my Adderall story. I hope you guys learned something from it. I hope you guys found it entertaining or whatever the fuck. Just know I'm just a kid trying to figure out life, trying to be the best person I can be. And you should do the same. Peace and butt grease, I think is what Only Sweet Blade says. Peace and butt grease. Peace and butt grease. That was stupid. I'll see you guys later. Bye.